So we come to the mastery phase of the shooting activities using a wide drill for preparation. As you can see, the players are going to approach the front cone here. They pull a V, they accelerate off to the right side. The right side player will then dribble the ball down and take an accuracy shot into the pug goal at the bottom. We work right side, then left side, so we work both sides of the body and both feet. And we can change the mastery skills as required. Coming to another version here, they're looking at playing wall passes off using checking and checking out of space. The player comes in on the half turn, laid off to the outside, lays it back, checks out of space, lays it off. Comes in, lays it off, checks into the wall pass, and they're back through. We can use all sorts of combinations, as you're going to see in a minute, for these activities. Passes back, checks backwards into the space, receives the wall pass. Areas technically fall down, but will improve as we go along. Here's some more examples of the wall pass. There's a good one coming up now. Lays in, lays off, checks out of space, checks into space, and moves forward. That's probably one of the best ones we had there. We can use all sorts of combinations. We're going to be coming to up, back, and throughs. Let's see, it breaks down technically, and I really believe the technical isn't their ability, it's just their attention to detail. But here we go. This is Sam. She receives on a nice ball here. It's going to come in. She lays it off. She checks out of space, checks into space, receives, and then tries to play the pass and the finish in there. And where it fails, like I say, I believe is attention to detail. But it is having them receive it on the correct foot, open up on the correct foot. And the whole mastery part of this is about accuracy and the final touch. Here we go with an up, back, and through. A little bit older girls here, up, back, and through, and you can see the rotation and the movement by Kate Maurer on the half turn, which is really nice. That's good again, using the hips as a visual cue to the pass, a technical cue for receiving the ball and when to deliver. We're going to get good and bad deliveries, but if they make the best out of it, then it's going to go through. And here's a game that we introduced because we had large numbers. It's a 1v1 counter-attack game, but the big part of this is we have the goals on the diagonal. This now forces diagonal runs to attack and penetrate. We're getting so many straight line runs as players just run at the goal. So how can we make players use angled runs? Here we have an example you just saw. We had a lovely pass across. He received the ball with his hips going forwards, but he got called back and he didn't want to attack. So we've got to look at these coaching points. Obviously there's a lot of things going positive and areas we can look to improve on as these games develop. But having these goals at adjacent or angled positions forces angled runs, and we finish on a shot there. And we come into the later group with the older boys and girls. Technique advances quite well. We've got the little wall pass effort here on the Y exercises again. Nice pull V, she comes around, we lay it off. Bad touch, but we'll make up from that. Lays it off, lays it in, and he'll finish. But let's watch a couple of these good ones here. And the big thing here, as we'll see in a minute as we come on to the 3-goal game, is the checking in and checking out of space. As the game got older, I went more technical, tactical, rather than forced technical, because they have a lot of the touch already. But it's that ability to create your own space when you're shooting is the technical, tactical aspect with these older boys and girls. Here we go now with this up, back, and through. Again, this came on quite nicely. The girls got very crisp, their visual cues came in, and we got good one-touch work through it and two-touch work. But as you can see, with age and with experience, it changes the dynamic. It was nice by Presley there. She lays it off, and this player lays it through. Nice, and we can see him receiving there on the half turn, which is what we're really trying to get in, offering these visual cues out, the technical cues, as the players grow and the players develop, which is really nice. Just let them finish off here. Okay, and now we move into the 3-goal game, where we're going to work that Y in the middle, as you can see, but a player now moves into her space. When they come out of the Y, the exchange of cones, one goes inside, one goes outside, and we get a 1v1 on the other goal. So as we're looking at this activity, look left and right. Don't just look on the final product of the goal, and we'll see it as it expands and offers 3 opportunities to shoot, 1 without pressure and 2 with pressure. But this whole objective here, as we watch here, they pass off and they hold space, checks into space. Finishing isn't brilliant, a lot of coaching points there, but the whole idea of this first night was to build the practice plan for them so that they could pick the ideas up. Checks out of space, checks into the space, takes the shot. And I think the biggest area we're seeing in the technical breakdown is the surface of the ball they hit. They're hitting it right at the base of the chin of the ball when we're really looking to hit it on the eyes or the nose of the ball. Good, lays it off, comes in, lays out. And these are just the up, back and throughs that we did in the mastery phase that they're now progressing to putting a shot on at the end. Like I said, we look at the rotation of the cones and the rotation of the players as they go through, as per the lesson plan. Alright, nice. And then we're going to bring in to confirm this into this wall pass activity we did as well. So if we watch it, we'll see what happens as this progresses. Comes in and goes through. Okay, so this is still the up, back and through, but this is from the other end, the northern end of the field. So they're coming in, so it just gives us these two perspectives and the cone exchange. So we look at this player on the far left-hand cone. He's going to, nice save, he's going to receive as it comes through. He's going to lay off, then he's going to check back out the game, ideally, and go on to the outside cone. And I really believe it's important we try to emphasize the checking roles of these players to create the dynamic and the intent to move. Here we have the wall pass activity as they come in. So we watch around the cone. I think this one describes it well. Comes in, lays off, comes out, checks out around the cone, checks in, and has a good shot and a little finish up there. And she checks back to her cones. Strange, the girls seem to do very, very well. They follow the direction nicely. The guys get a little bit creative as they go through.